Whoa. Okay. Triple C? Crazy, right? When I was young, I couldn't play it. Within 1 year, my range went from tuning C to double high C. I think the Caruso method helped a ton on that. So I'm going to take you through this mini lesson about how I approach the Caruso method. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, it's Trent Austin from Austin Custom Brass. Hope you're having a fantastic day there today. Hit that subscribe button, stay up to date with us with all of our free mini lessons, our tutorials, our show and tells. We just launched one on this amazing horn and the like. Thanks again for your great support. We can't do it without you. A few of you have asked about how I approach Caruso, and I was very lucky because when I was a young kid, I got to study with the Findley Brothers at the main jazz camp. Shout out to John Foss and all the great people, my dear friend Steve Grover, who has passed, that helped me at the main jazz camp. Brad Terry. Amazing musicians would go on vacation in Maine in the summer. Not many better places in the world than that. But they would also teach for a few weeks. And I remember being a really sad trumpet player in 7th to 8th grade. My parents sent me to jazz camp, and they said, I was probably the weakest trumpet player at the camp, and Bob Findley saved my life on the trumpet because he's like, do Caruso and check it out and just approach it the smart way. And I was like, okay, what's a smart way? All right, so Caruso, if you don't know, is Carmine Caruso, who was a famous brass teacher. There's a book called Calisthenics for Brass Instruments. It's a wonderful book. But a lot of people have a misconception about how Caruso really works. And this is how it worked for me. Remember, take everything I say with a grain of salt. We are not doctors. We do not provide medical advice. Okay. Caruso, for me, is definitely about isometrics, about physicality of the trumpet, but approached in a smart way. Approached in a way where you're trying to do reverse pressure. There's another mini lesson I have about reverse pressure. I will try to link it up somewhere in this comment area. I'm just taking a time note so you can check that out. But Caruso is about playing long tones. It's about being flexible and firm. It's about keeping the instrument on your chops the entire time. For me, it was about this. The big exercises in Caruso are, and I'm just going to do the seconds for you so you can check it out. Their magic notes and all that. Check out Marcus Stockhausen also has an incredible tutorial on the Caruso method, so you want to check that out as well. You could just type in Marcus Stockhausen Caruso, and you'll probably get a free PDF link at his website. And I've done the Caruso with Marcus, and we're pretty much on the same wave path in terms of how to approach it. So first thing I do when I'm doing the seconds is definitely keep the horn on your face while playing. In other words, when you play the second intervals, and I'm going to turn my mouth, actually I'll just play soft. Take that as high. I'm not going to do the whole thing because it's too much time for this video, but you take it to failure, and once you get to the top note, you're going to do that 2 or 3 more times, then you're done with that exercise. Now I add 2 little variations to this. The first variation is, and it's not necessarily really in the Caruso method, so this is again my take, is that when I get into the higher register, I try to do bends on every single note. So say we're doing, did you hear the bend? hopefully. And I'm sorry if the trumpet's really loud in this video. Otherwise, I'm adjusting all the time, and I want to just share this with you right now while I have you. The second thing I do, and I might do different variations of this depending on the day. It might be day A and day B. The second one is I do this reverse pressure, which is literally taking the horn and you hear I'm actually pushing the horn away from my embouchure. And I'm trying to really focus the buzz and the airstream inside the cup of the mouthpiece. I feel like this is a hugely important thing. The reason for this is that if I can focus the buzz and work on having my airstream do the work and having my lip compression do the work, then I don't have to worry about the octave key, the doing the work. The other thing you'll see me do on a lot of this, up to maybe about a G or an A above high C, is I have my finger out of the hook. And sometimes I play this just one-handed, and sometimes I'll even do like a little bit of a Costello thing where it's where you're almost playing like where I'm literally just putting the horn to my face and playing. So those are the two big variations I have. There's another huge variation that Caruso doesn't necessarily talk about this, but I can't remember if it was one of the Findley Brothers. He said double the rest period in between those seconds intervals. So you're doing and you're playing. Whatever. I haven't warmed up yet, so that's part of my issue, but. And if you're going, you gotta go to the next note. I'd actually double that rest or even triple that rest when I get above a certain note when I'm working on it. This way I feel much stronger. I'm not pushing, I'm not pressing, I'm not forcing the note out. I'm letting the compression of my embouchure do a bulk of the work. So there's to sort of summarize this in bullet points here. First, play Caruso the smart way. The smart way is not pushing, not pressing, not pinching, not forcing, not just ripping through like a lion who hasn't had a meal in 3 weeks. Second thing, when you do these second intervals, try some bends. Try to be flexible on the notes because that will allow you to better find the center of the note. 3, try the reverse pressure where you're literally pulling the horn away but focusing on the compression of the embouchure. If you have any further questions about that, post them in the comments here. We'll do a mini lesson, a live mini lesson to summarize this probably sometime early next week. Right now, it's I got to check the date. It's June 6th. So you'll probably get sometime in the 10 to the 15 range, a session announcement of a live video here on YouTube. Again, thanks so much for your wonderful support of Austin Custom Brass. These mini lessons are our gift to you. I hope you find them useful. If you have any questions, again, post them in the comments. Hit that subscribe button above the spider, and thanks so much. Play Caruso smartly, and you'll get some amazing benefits from that. Thanks so much.